Hey fellow introverts, I want to talk about ways to increase your confidence today. I feel like as introverts, it's common for us to lack self-confidence, but confidence really is a muscle that you can strengthen, so we can build ways to increase our confidence and really shine our light and our strength into the world. So the first way that I suggest to increase confidence is to work on your fears and overcome your fears. So this is not an easy solution, but more of a necessary solution. So let's say you are afraid of asking for a sale, like you just don't want to bother your customers, or maybe you're always giving discounts because you don't, necessarily, you feel like that you're asking too much, or maybe that you feel like your price is high, maybe because you feel like you don't worth it. So anyway, you have some money issues going on. So let's say you're afraid of asking for a sale. So what you need to do to help start overcoming that is to really go back into like your history and start thinking about those beliefs that you have. Like, okay, well, why have I arrived at this point that I'm afraid of making money? Maybe it's because I watched my parents work like 2 jobs and they didn't make a lot of money, and so I don't feel like it's in like my DNA to make money, so I'm not going to ask for sales. I'm sustaining life as it is, and I can live on my current income, even though I want more. So when we start thinking about fear and overcoming fear, it's really about going back into our history and finding out what our beliefs are and what we've been taught. And none of that is wrong. It's just identifying it and bringing it to the surface. Like, fear is usually rooted in like a belief that we learned a long time ago, and we just haven't taken the steps to overcome it. So doing that like mindset work is hard. And you kind of have to like set some time aside to really work on that and really like ask yourself those deep questions. So it's not easy, but think about being on the other side of fear. Like, let's just take the example of maybe you're afraid of flying. Think about the other side of that. Like, if you weren't afraid of flying, you would be confident, yes? So getting over that fear is a way to increase your confidence. And the joy on the other side of that is traveling further than you can in your car. Like if you've always wanted to see another country, and it's on another continent, if you weren't afraid of flying, you could now go see that. So overcoming your fears is a way to increase confidence. The second way I suggest that you increase confidence is saying no. And I know that's so hard if you are a people pleaser to say no, because you don't want to offend anybody and you don't want to make anybody mad. And if you're like an Enneagram like 9, you're a people pleaser. So I know that is super hard, but again, you have to think about the time that it takes away from your life when you're serving everybody else's needs and distractions. And when you have your own business, excuse me, then you need that time. You need to say yes to the things that are most important to you, including time management. And again, I'm not saying this is an easy change to make. I'm an Enneagram 1, so I am not a people pleaser, but I get it. Like, we all have our things. Like Enneagram 1s like myself, we're the perfectionists. So I'm afraid of making a mistake, which I have to get over because I am going to make mistakes. Hello, I'm human. But so saying no is a way to increase your confidence, because then you're putting yourself first, and nothing strengthens that confidence muscle more than being you and putting yourself first. The third way I have to increase your confidence is to do the things you're afraid of. So that kind of ties those first two in together. You have to address the fears and figure out why you're at a place of fear first. Saying no to things and then doing the things you're afraid of. So you might be afraid of saying no to things because you're going to offend somebody. But the more you do it nicely, there's no reason you have to be mean about it. The more you say no to people and address your fears and run towards your fears, the more confident you become. And I know if you're struggling with these things, it doesn't seem possible, but I can promise you that it's true, the other side, because I've done some of that messy mindset work about getting over my own fears about money and sales, and I'm more confident now. I can send an email, promoting myself, and I don't think twice about it. I don't think I'm gonna annoy my customer or they're gonna unsubscribe. If they unsubscribe, it's fine. Like, I move on. My life goes on and my business goes on, and I find others who truly want my services. So those are 3 kind of uncommon ways to increase your confidence and, again, step into the light, emerge from the shadows, and shine as the introverted entrepreneur you are meant to be. So leave me a note here. Are those helpful? Have you tried these things? What, if you're comfortable, you can leave me what fears that you're working on getting over. Do you address them? And if you need help, I have a 12-week coaching program called the Introverts Emerge Academy, where the first things that we get into in the first module of this 3-month program is addressing all those fears so that you can move through them. If you want more information on the Introverts Emerge Academy, just send me a DM and I will be happy to chat further. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.